and welcome to today's episode of Made for More. In the past few episodes, I began to talk about the different ways that wealthy people think and how you can begin to adopt this mindset programming in order for you to get into your wealth flow. Today, I'm going to be sharing 7 more mindset programs that you can adopt. And before I start, I'm going to say one thing I usually say. It's not about what you hear, it's not about what you read, it's about what you do. Okay, and you're going to learn that one thing about wealthy people is that they are action oriented. But don't let me get ahead of myself. Let's start from the first point for today. Now, one thing about wealthy people is that wealthy people, they understand the value of surrounding themselves with like-minded people. Now, there's a popular saying that goes this way: your network is your net worth. Rich people or wealthy people surround themselves with positive-minded people that think, solutions, that think, how can we make things better? They don't surround themselves with complainers, people who murmur, or people who always avoid finding solution to problems. So the question is, who is in your network? Who do you surround yourself with? Who do you talk to on a daily basis? Who are the 5 closest people to you, and what kind of mindset do they have? The truth is, the people who surround you will either draw you down to their level if they have a mindset that is lower than yours, or they will have to rise up to your level of thinking. But usually it's easier to draw a person down than to make people or a number of people rise up to a particular level of thinking. So in your best interest, you have to find the circle of people who think at your level, at least, or even higher, or even a higher level of a higher frequency of thinking when it comes to providing solutions, providing value, and thinking wealth creation. The second thing about wealthy people is wealthy people admire other wealthy people. Now, poor people talk bad about wealthy people. Poor people, say nasty things about rich people. When you see a person driving a Rolls Royce, for instance, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Most people will think politician, they've stolen money, or Yahoo boy. Now, am I trying to rule out the fact that there are people who employ illegal schemes to make money? No. But does that mean that there are no genuinely wealthy people who have worked for their money and who understand the dynamics of wealth creation and are able to create a certain standard of life for themselves out of the work that they have done? No. You see, it depends on what your perspective is, right? Wealthy people admire other wealthy people. Wealthy people surround themselves with other wealthy people. What you despise, you cannot attract. Let me say that again. What you despise, you cannot attract. If you see rich people or you see wealthy people, and the first emotion that rises from your mind is, bad people, scammers, Yahoo boys, politicians, you can never attain that level of wealth, right? For you to be able to attain certain levels of wealth, you have to be willing to associate with that level of wealth. You have to be willing to condition your mind to admire that level of wealth in order for you to even begin to attract it. Now, the third thing about wealthy people is that wealthy people are willing to sell themselves. They understand that selling is what brings the cash flow, right? And now you might be thinking, well, I don't own a business, so I don't need to learn how to sell. Wrong. Everybody sells. Everybody has to understand the dynamics of selling, whether you are employed in an organization or you run a business, right? Is your ability to show people the value that you have to offer. Even in your place of work, you must be able to show that you are a valuable person. You must be able to bring value to the table. You must be willing to promote yourself, right? If you are a business person, you must be willing to, hone the skill of selling, because without sales, there is no cash flow. Without cash flow, how do you even begin to build wealth? So it's important for you to learn how to sell, whether you're selling a product or you're selling yourself as a personal brand, or you're selling your skills within the organization. People who own businesses are called entrepreneurs, but people who work within organizations as entrepreneurs are called intrapreneurs. So wherever you find yourself, for you to be wealthy, genuinely wealthy, for you to create systems of sustainable wealth, you must be willing to sell yourself. You must be willing to master the art of selling. A person who masters the art of selling can never be poor. Because wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, you're finding solutions, creating value, and you are selling. Now, it's one thing for you to have value. It's another thing for you to be able to help people around you to see the value that you have to offer and educate them enough or convince them enough to exchange money or exchange resources or something of value in exchange for the value that you have to offer. Now, this is very, very key in wealth creation. I always tell myself and others that as long as you know how to sell, you can never be poor, right? So selling is a skill that wealthy people are able to master. Now, the fourth thing that I want to share with you about wealthy people today is wealthy people are bigger than their problems. Let me repeat that. Wealthy people are bigger than their problems. What does that even mean? People who are wealthy in their mind and who end up creating sustainable wealth, they don't focus on the problem, they focus on themselves. They focus on developing themselves to become the kind of person who is able to overcome challenges. Now, imagine that you had a level 5 problem or a level 5 challenge, and you're level 2 in your thinking. The challenge is going to look so enormous, so big, and you're going to feel like you're unable to surmount that problem. Now, a level 2 person, a person with a level 2 level of thinking, right? A person who has level 2 self-esteem or level 2 problem solving, abilities, in trying to solve a level 5 problem will become frustrated, will lose energy, will sometimes lose hope and just give up altogether. Now, imagine if that level 2 person focuses on growing themselves to become a level 5 person when it comes to critical thinking, when it comes to problem solving, when it comes to self-ideal, the way they see themselves, their self-esteem. What happens? Did the problem get easier? No. What happened? You stepped up. You became better. So you had more capacity to solve that problem. Now that problem is not looking as difficult as it was before. Now imagine if you take it a notch higher. There's still a level 5 problem, but now you're a level 10 person. What happens? It means the problem doesn't even look like a problem anymore. So successful people and wealthy people don't shy away from problems. Rather, they focus on developing themselves. They ask themselves questions like, what kind of person do I have to become in order to be able to surmount this challenge? Instead of focusing on how can I solve this problem, they focus on how can I become better? How can I become stronger? What skills do I need to learn to help me become more analytic in my thinking, right? To be able to become the kind of person that can solve this problem. Now, successful people and wealthy people, they eat problems for breakfast. What does that even mean? They don't shy away from problems because they know that the tougher the problems they are able to solve, the bigger the challenges they are able to overcome, the better they become, the wealthier they become. So are you a problem solver? Do you run away from problems? If you do, then you've not even started your journey towards wealth creation. Your attitude towards life's challenges will determine if you are going to be able to create wealth that is sustainable or not. Now, the fifth point I'm going to share with you today about wealthy people is wealthy people are intensely goal-oriented. Now, you can't hit a target that you have not set. Without goals, people live their lives as though they were chasing the wind. And you know that if you chase the wind, you can't catch it. You just keep going round and round in circles. The reason why a lot of people feel stuck in a particular position or a particular stage in their lives, one of the reasons is because they don't even have any goals in the first place. So wealthy people are intensely goal oriented, whether they want to purchase a house, or they want to earn more income, or they want to take their family out on a vacation. They set goals, they plan. Now, in one of the things we do with our clients when they come in for coaching is we help them to set goals in strategic areas of their lives. Not only that, we help them to develop, actionable plans, right? Step-by-step plans, because when you set a goal, you must also have a plan, right? So when we coach our clients, we help them to understand the systems that they can employ to maximize goal setting as a strategy in any area of life. Now, that is one key thing that wealthy people do not play with. They set goals in multiple areas of their lives, they develop actionable plans, and they have the discipline to follow through. Right? They have the discipline to follow through. Now, number 6, which comes right on the heels of goal setting, is that wealthy people are intensely action oriented. Listen, if you set goals, no matter how beautiful they are, if you have wonderful plans, right, that simply by reading it, anybody will want to run with you on the goal that you set. If you do absolutely nothing with your plan, you're not going to achieve your goal. So the aim of goal setting is to be able to help you to see what is going to take for you to achieve that goal. But then, in order to actually achieve the goal, you must work. You must get to work. You must take steps. It is better for you to take tiny little steps every single day towards your goal than doing nothing at all, or waiting for the day when you'll be able to do everything. Now, one of the challenges I find with people is they want to do so many things all at the same time that they end up doing nothing, or they overanalyze and overthink what they want to do that they end up doing nothing. Now, being there, done that, and it doesn't lead you anywhere good. It is better for you to break down your plans into little bite-sized pieces, right? And then take steps on those little bite-sized actions on a daily basis. That is what will accumulate into goal achievement. So it is very, very important to note that wealthy people are goal-oriented and they are action-oriented. Now, the last point for today is that wealthy people are excellent receivers. You thought I was going to say givers. Yes, giving is a part of wealth creation. But wealthy people, they have the capacity to receive. They don't see themselves as unworthy of receiving gifts. Now, I've met people who find it difficult to receive, right? They feel like they are unworthy. They feel like they are cheating somebody when they receive, certain amounts of money. Now, if you don't have the mindset that you are worthy of receiving good things won't come to you. If you feel like, oh, I don't deserve it, how we say, oh, I don't deserve it. You deserve it. You are worth it. You are worthy. That's why you work. That's why you're watching this video right now. That's why you're going the extra mile to develop yourself. If you're putting all of those things in place to change your mindset, to become a better person, then you should understand that you deserve good things. You deserve to be wealthy. You deserve to be extremely rich. Now, this mindset is very important because if you don't see yourself as worthy, if you feel like for some reason, maybe something that happened in the past, a mistake you made in the past, you don't deserve good things, then good things will be far from you. And that's one of the reasons why we see people who work hard. They genuinely work hard, but it just seems like good things never come to them. As a matter of fact, when they're at the brink of a breakthrough, it seems like everything just goes. It's a mindset, and it might sound insane. You might think it's a spiritual problem, but I beg to disagree. Sometimes it's just that you've wired your mind to repel goodness. Sometimes it's just that you have told yourself that you're not worthy of certain level of wealth, of money, right? Of affirmation, of love. And whatever you don't think you deserve, you won't have it. So today, I want you to understand that you are deserving of good things. Yes, you might have made mistakes in the past. Let go. Let it go. Today is a new day. And what you do with today is what will determine what will come to you tomorrow. So the question is, are you going to allow yesterday to hold you back from pressing into what God has in store for you tomorrow? Or are you going to change your mind and begin to see yourself as worthy to receive the good things that are coming your way? So I'm going to end here today, and next week is going to be the last episode on this series of mindset programming for wealth creation. Thank you for joining in, and remember, you are made for more.